Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a video that I hoped I could make for a little while now because I can finally share some more news about the Red Dead Online summer update, which still is coming soon and doesn't have a release date just yet. But there is some new details about the three roles which are coming in that, which is the Bounty Hunter, the Trader and the Collector. One thing that I want to say before I get into the roles is that Rockstar is saying that they want you to become more deeply connected to your character and the choices they make inside of the world of Red Dead Online, as well that this is a fundamental change point to the long-term future of Red Dead Online. So this sounds very promising, but wait until you hear what the roles actually do. They're mentioning about the first three roles in an ongoing series, which does seem to me that we're gonna get more roles than just three. Whether that being in this update or in a future update, it's still very exciting because, as I said before, the roles do sound very promising. Now, without trying to lead you on for too long, let's start off with the Bounty Hunter. Become a bounty hunter for a life of constant action on both sides of the law. A licensed bounty hunter can track down targets and capture or kill, depending on how honorable you are in your pursuits. Occasionally, a nearby player with a high enough bounty can also be the designated target. Progression will unlock special items like reinforced lassos for extra tough targets, as well as intricate gun spinning tricks and advanced tracking skills like the ability to use Eagle Eye while sprinting, galloping on horseback, and many other special skills, items and upgrades. Now this to me seems like someone who is very much want to go on the hunt for bounties and something that I personally would like to see, though I do feel that this particular role might be not as much utilized as the other two. You will see what I mean whenever I discuss them, starting out with the trader. The life of a trader is perfect for burgeoning capitalists as you establish and develop a business in your camp. Thanks to your trusty companion Crip's knowledge of furs, skins and butchery, you'll be able to take on new opportunities to collect materials and produce valuable goods to sell. Increasing your skill as a trader unlocks the ability to upgrade your camp with a weapons locker, stew pot, and even allow any canine companion to warn off impending attacks on your camp. In normal English, that means a dog. As your business expands, you can gain new skills, improve your satchel, and add new assets to your business like hunting wagons to bring in bigger hauls and much more. Now, do you see why I say that the bounty hunter might be a little bit underutilized compared to, for example, the trader? I'm pretty sure there's a lot of you watching this who would love to own a dog inside of Red Dead Online, inside of their camp, as well as the fact that you'll be able to have hunting wagons, which means that if you are going to go fishing, you don't have to go back and forth after catching two big fish, which I'm sure a lot of you are going to be finding very, very useful. But that's not all, because if you're someone who is a treasure hunter, boy, you're gonna love the collector. A collector loves to explore the world for rare and valuable items. Look for a mystique traveling saleswoman in the wild to get started down the collector's path. Searching for lost jewelry, rare arrowheads and other treasures to sell as individual pieces or highly valuable sets. As you progress, you will gain access to tools to help you search, including refined binoculars, a horse lantern, and even a metal detector, as well as gaining additional skills to help you seek and discover the world's greatest rarities. Do you see what I mean with the roles sounding very promising? The collector sounds like something that is really going to be for those who like to explore the world and really like to watch a tutorial on YouTube to find all the rare items so they can make a lot of money. I mean, let's be honest about this. There's a very low percentage of people who are going to bother to go around the entire world of Red Dead Online and actually use a metal detector. We all know you're gonna search it up on YouTube, but that's beside the point. The role itself is very cool. Now, personally, if you want my personal opinion, my personal favorite is definitely gonna go to the trader. Mainly because it is something that Red Dead Online is kind of missing. I don't know if it is, or it isn't. Opinions going to be differing about that. But having a business inside of your camp instantly makes your camp much more useful and actually gives it a purpose. Sure, if you're able to also have a dog inside of Red Dead Online, that would be super cool as well, of course, because, you see like a tryhard trying to grief anyone, he's like, attack boy, grab him by the nuts, and then, he's gonna scream for his mommy, and it will be great. They do mention something as well, which I personally am very happy about, that they do mention it and also explain it as well, because they also mention this. As you grow into each role, it will evolve and shape your experience with the world and the characters around you, showing other people how far you've progressed down the path of each specialist role. You'll also be able to play and progress across all 3 roles simultaneously, or choose to apply your trade in just the roles of your choice. There's much more to reveal about becoming a bounty hunter, trader, and collectors in the weeks ahead. As well as they mentioned that they're doing more things in terms of obviously, more competitive and also simply exploring free roam, and as well as more additional damage reduction to defensive players is also on the horizon. And as well as the fact that the game will finally remember what kind of player you are when you're entering a new session or have exited off the game and coming back. And there's also 2 other things that I'm personally very excited about, which for example is that there's going to be many more lootable items to be found throughout the world, like containers on wagons and also the occasional gold tooth on an unfortunate soul. And then the last thing that I'm personally very excited about to hear is that they're doing across the board changes that are being made to combat and movement to allow for a more responsive control that still feels natural. Now in the previous update, which was the spring update, they already made changes to switching your weapons a lot quicker, and it was already a really big improvement. So I'm wondering what they're going to do. My personal opinion is that bloom is something that I'm not really a big fan of myself. I don't know what you guys think, but it really just comes down to encouraging people to only using one Deadeye perk, and that's it. There's really no other point. I mean, obviously you got Slippery Bastard as well, but that's really just being used for people who use shotguns to pop in and out of it and just being a bit scummy with it. And with Painted Black, yes, sure, it's arguably the best and the only Deadeye card you should be using right now because of that bloom. It's the only Deadeye card that is eliminating bloom at the moment, and that's one of the main reasons why it's so extremely powerful. So I'm really hoping they're going to be making some changes to the bloom system as well. Sure, in single player it has its place because it's a lot, slower pace, but in a PvP kind of situation, having something as bloom being very RNG, I really would like to see some adjustment to it, because I think it would make that combat system and movement and all that stuff a lot more responsive. Hopefully, I don't know, one can only dream. It doesn't bother me an awful lot, but having some changes to it, I don't think would be necessarily a bad thing, but I'd love to hear what you guys think, of course, about all this stuff in the comments down below. Which role are you looking forward to the most, and what kind of changes would you love to see to the movement and combat system and all the things that are mentioned inside of this little video? But with all that said and with all that done, thank you so very much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more, and I'll see you all later.